Hello, thank you so much for tuning in. You're tuned into the Real Psychic Investigators, and my name is Nehru. We're going to get into another psychic investigation read, confirmations for those who tune in the live or those who listen to this at some point down the road in their journey. As I'm shuffling the cards, I keep seeing the Leo or the Strength card. Okay, Leo energy, Lion energy. Okay, so there's something about being strong at this time. And it fell out of the deck. Okay. So Leo energy, strong energy, solar plexus energy. Hello, area. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay. Thank you so much for all that you bring to the table. Yeah, Leo love, Leo love, Leo love. That could be significant for someone, a Leo coming towards them with love. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. It's a joy, it's a joy, and it's a pleasure. It's a joy and it's a pleasure. That seems kind of loud. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. That's right. All about the solar plexus energy. Willpower also goes along with Five of Wands. We'll see if that comes out. Or excuse me, Seven of Wands. Okay. Also goes along with Seven of Wands energy. So thank you so much for tuning in. You are tuned into the Real Psychic Investigators, and my name is Nehru. I am an Earth Angel, esoteric being, and Gaia beacon here on this planet for the 10th and final time in this reincarnation. Hello, Justice League. Shout out to you, baby. Shout out to you. Okay. Um, those of you who are of high vibrational energy, those of you who are on your spiritual, conscious, spiritual journey, believe it or not, you are changing the land on which you walk. Okay? Believe it or not, you you are changing the land in which you walk. I remember, um, actually, I think I'm going to turn. I remember when I was still a part of the religious sect, religious trauma, religious trauma, religious whatever, okay, belief system. I remember Stephen Lee Parker. Any names that I say could resonate for your journey, first, middle, last names, okay? Stephen Lee Parker, who's the senior minister at the Rock of Central Florida, they have a YouTube channel, okay? The Rock of Central Florida, they have a YouTube channel, all right? And I remember one message that he spoke about, and it was about how wolves change rivers, okay? How wolves change rivers, okay? And he talked about how packs of wolves, okay, as they walk and as they trod upon the land, they change or they can change the way the river flows, okay? And I'm also reminded about a song that is by an artist named Juanita. That is J Juanita, Juanita, okay? And Juanita released a song titled, okay, Who's Going to Tell That Wolf That They're Not a Dog? Okay? Juanita, Juanita, love and peace. Follow your heart. Thank you so much for tuning in. Juanita, music artist, in the current times, current era, she released a song titled, Who's Going to Tell That Wolf They're Not a Dog? Okay? So there's a significant difference between a wolf and a dog, okay? Despite the similarities physically, okay? There's a big difference, okay, between a wolf and a dog, all right? So someone needs to know that they are a wolf, okay? They are a stronger than domesticated animal energy, okay? You are not domesticated. You were never meant to be. That is what religion does. That is what religion does, okay? Yeah, that is what religion does. Religion, okay, tries to domesticate the divine beings, the spiritual being, okay, the esoteric beings, the star seeds, the light workers, the healers, okay, the true alchemists, the empaths, okay, the highly clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient beings on this planet. Religion tries to domesticate us, okay? But you are meant to be wild and free, like the wolf energy. You were meant to be wild and free, okay? And that doesn't mean buck wild, okay? That doesn't mean buck wild, okay? That's a different kind of wild, okay? All right. So as usual, okay, I have a couple of things to share before we get into the cards and that. Again, so far in shuffling the deck, we have the strength card out here, okay? The number 8, okay, is the strength card in the row. And we have the sinkhole card out here. And I'm going to show you both of these. And when I was meditating right after I started the live, I just placed crystals on my crown, one on my crown and one on my third eye. And Divine said, beware. And then the sinkhole came out, okay? So there's something about a warning, okay? Yeah, Juanita Bowman, okay? Also, I'm getting Juanita Bynum, Juanita Bynum, Juanita Bynum, okay? And yeah, so Divine said, beware, okay, right before that sinkhole card came out. So what do you do when you see potholes? You slow down, you swerve around them, okay, that sort of thing. All right, so there's something about a warning, something about a heads up that's going to come out here in this psychic investigation reading. As you listen, please understand that there are 8.4 billion people on this planet, beings on this planet currently, okay, 8.4 billion, okay, with a B. And not everything that comes out here is going to be for you or is meant for you. Allow others to partake of the energy. Allow others to partake of what is being served at the table. Okay? Don't be greedy. Just take what resonates for you. Okay? Take what you like. Okay? So, if you don't like ribs, don't take the ribs just because they're on the table. If you don't like macaroni and cheese, don't take the macaroni and cheese just because it's on the table, okay? If you don't like fruit salad, don't take the fruit salad just because it's on the table. Only take what resonates for you, okay? And that means what easily fits, all right? So, I've been thinking a lot about the alchemy class that we had, and I continue to get downloads, things to add to, okay? Things to add to what was shared in there, questions that were asked, and the information that Divine Source had me share during that class. And one of those things is we're talking about the sacral energy specifically, okay? But this applies to all, okay? All of your energy, okay? And the best way, okay, that I know to put it into words, verbiage, okay, to get rid of karmic energy. Those of you who are going through spiritual fights and spiritual battles at this time, the best way to put it into simple terms is to starve the demon, okay? To starve the demon, okay? So if you're dealing with sacral attacks, okay, don't masturbate, okay? If you're dealing with love chakras attacks, okay, where you can't get any dreams, crown chakra attacks, okay, starve the demon, okay? So how do you starve the demon if you're dealing with heart chakra attacks, okay? You love yourself, because if you love yourself, eventually the enemy has nothing to grab onto. The enemy has nothing to grab on, you know, grabbing that air, okay? Thank you so much, Autumn, all right? Thank you so much for your love. I appreciate you, okay? All right. Um, and send it Bible videos. I'm not sure what you mean, follow your heart, okay? And so, yeah, that's how you do it, okay? And that goes back to follow your heart just said send it Bible videos, okay? I'm not sure what that means. But what I will say in regards to the Bible, the religious book, is it is said in there to resist the devil, okay? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Resist the devil and they will flee, okay? So how do you resist the devil? By starving the demon, by starving the energy, okay? Yeah, by starving the energy. That's how, okay? That's how you starve a demon. That's how you kill low vibrational frequencies, okay? Is you starve them, okay? Um, and then specifically in regards to the heart chakra, um, I was sitting out listening to Archangel Metatron, okay, meditation, and which is actually the same one that was playing earlier. I just turned it off because I don't know. I felt like it was necessary. And so, excuse me, confirmation. And so, when it comes to your heart, okay, I was sitting outside listening to this Archangel Metatron frequency, and I asked Divine Source, okay, I said, yep, yep, that's exactly right. That's exactly right, Justice League. All right, that's how you starve them, by ignoring them. Okay, do not give in to the energy. Ignore them. Okay, all right, and this starts today. This starts in a lot of cases with family and friends, your social network. Okay, and social media, okay, and social media by starving them. Also, ooh, ooh, also, there's another point to make to that. But I asked Divine Source. I said, why is the love thing so difficult? Why is it what is the attacks on the love unions? Why is that? Why is the enemy? Why are low vibrational energies? Okay, so why are low vibrational energies so set on stopping these divine masculines and divine feminines from coming into union? What's with the heart chakra attacks? And divine said that is the gateway to the soul. Specifically, I heard that gateway to the soul, because that is the gateway to the soul. So if someone can get you, a karmic energy can get you, low vibrational, get you to fall in love with them, to be googly eyed all over them, okay? Then they can steal your soul, okay? Because then they can have you hypnotized and mesmerized by all of the illusions, okay? So getting back to starving the karmic energy. How do I finish my trauma therapy? How do I finish my trauma without Continuing confrontation from my family. Okay, good question. Okay, we'll get to that. Okay, we'll get to that. Okay, because yeah, okay, because then they can steal your soul when you fall in love with them. Okay, and then they can present all kinds of illusions, illusions that they're faithful, illusions that they're working when they're not working, you know, at work, employment, okay, or that they are truly working when they are at work, when they may not be at work. They could be stalking you while they're at work. You know what I mean? Using company resources. They could be stalking you while they're at work. Okay. And and so that is the reason why they try to stop divine masculines and divine feminines. This is why they're so set on that, stopping these divine unions. In addition to that, okay, a lot of divine unions are meant to birth that they are. So Palladian star seeds are meant to birth Palladian star seeds. Healers are meant to birth healers, okay? So on and so forth. And so low vibrational dark energy, obviously they don't want that to happen. Okay, all right. The enemy does not want you to prosper, in case you haven't figured that out yet. And say, all right, so that's how they steal your soul. Okay. This is why things like I can't live without you. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. This is why people say things like, oh my, I can't live without you. No, don't leave me. I can't live without you. This is why people say things like that. That is one of the most karmic love statements you will ever, anyone could ever say. Okay. I don't know who my divine masculine female is. Okay. But I will never tell her that I can't live without her. I will never tell her that. Okay. And I will never feel like that. Okay. Because if that was the case, I wouldn't be here right now today in the form that I am. Single, celibate, available, free. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be here today if I couldn't live without her. Okay? So, ladies, if you can't live without him, and that's the trip he's trying to send you on, that's the illusion he's trying to paint, okay? Do not ever accept a love from someone who says that they can't live without you. You need to go ahead and you need to walk away, okay? So, in walking away, and I am going to get to your question, Mama, and walking away, okay? And walking away, what are some other ways that you can starve the energy of the karmics? Okay. So let's say you're in a relationship. Yeah, absolutely. And that's a great way to put it, Justice League. Okay. That's a great way to put it. Okay. Because they were too living without you at some point in time. You know what I mean? All right. So again, that's just a karmic energy, karmic statement, karmic words. Okay. And is, okay, if you are trying to break away from a karmic false love, you thought they were the one, you found out that he or she is not the one, physical things that you can do, throw away everything that they gave you, everything they bought you, everything they gave you. It could be a picture, it could be a phone, it could be a computer, it could be a whatever it is, clothes, shoes, lingerie, okay? My daughter who turns 30 this year, she calls lingerie or undergarments, she calls those unmentionables, okay? So all of your any unmentionables that they've ever bought you, all right? Throw all of it, pictures, everything, okay? And so when I realized this about the karmic Scorpio, okay, that I was involved with and that I had to cut off and release, okay, because I was under illusions. I was under love illusions that she was the one, okay. The first thing I did was I emptied out the house that I had of everything that she had given me. She had given me a sectional, okay, a sectional, large couch, sofa, okay. I put it out on the curb. Somebody took it for free. I gave it away, okay. I put it out on the curb. This was, I don't even know, 8 months before my Job experience. I put it out on the curb. And I was like, just Facebook Marketplace, come and get it, come and get it, somebody. You know what I mean? And so, in addition to that, I deleted every picture on Facebook, every picture on Instagram, every picture. I deleted every picture, okay? every single picture. And I posted a lot about her because and us, places that we had gone, okay, experiences, okay, trips that we had taken. I deleted every last picture, every last one of them. I deleted them, okay. Her mother brought me a Gator shirt, okay. I was a Gator fan, okay, University of Florida. Her mother bought me a Gator t-shirt. I threw that motherfucker out, okay. Brought me a hoodie, okay. Threw that motherfucker out. Yeah, threw everything out. Everything. Okay. Same thing with the false wife. Okay. She liked sneakers, specifically uh Nike Air Max. Thank you, Divine Source. She liked Nike Air Max. Okay. And she was like a sneaker, like collector buff, like type of person. Right. And I never have been that way about sneakers. Right. But she had bought me a few pairs of Nike Air Max. I threw them out, and they were nice shoes, real nice shoes. Okay. Um, Paid 120, 30, $40 for those sneakers. I threw them out. I put them on the curb, gave them away, took them to Goodwill, took them to Salvation Army, gave them everything away. Okay. And I walked up into Salvation Army with 2 full bags of clothes and things that were gifts, things that Judy gave me, the false fake mother, okay? Everything. I gave it all away, okay? So, starve the demon, kill the enemy, okay? With starvation. All right, let me get to Mama's question here. Hello, Tabby, okay? So Mama asks, how do I finish my trauma therapy business without continuing confrontation from my family? Okay, so there are a couple of things. There are a couple of things that you can do. One is real basic. You can do affirmations over your business. Okay, you can do affirmations over your business. Okay, when you sage, okay, if you use sage or incense, okay, you use sage or incense, okay, write, okay. This card says don't answer the call, okay, but you could write the name of your business on here and you can cleanse it and say seances, okay, say affirmations, okay. My business is clean, my business is pure, remove all blockages, my business flourishes, okay. My business is flourishing, okay. I do not deal with karmic clients, okay. Whatever you need to say, okay. Write your business name on a piece of paper, on a card, okay, and use sage, candle, whatever you want to use, okay. If you use a candle, I would use a white candle, okay, to do that. All right. In addition to that, what you can do, okay, is on social media. If your business is on social media or if you post about your business on social media, you can block your business page or whatever from them seeing it. Okay. So again, there are some things that you can do to get your family out of your business, literally out of your business. Okay. To get them out of your business. In addition to that, when you meditate, same thing. When you meditate, okay, I would take the name of this says Rachel, okay, everything that I'm doing is significant. So Rachel could be calling. There could be something about Rachel that you don't need to answer. Rachel might need to not answer a call, okay? When you lay down, okay, to meditate, lay down and place the confirmation horn honks. Lay down with that same piece of paper with that company name on it, with those crystals on it, okay? And imagine, use your third eye in your imagination, okay? As Divine Source did when they created the universe. And imagine your business flourishing, free of roaches, okay? Free of roaches. You could envision your karmic family being roaches, okay? And you spiritually stomping on them. No more roaches in my business, okay? Etc. Okay? Get yeah. Get a little crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? Get a little wild. Get a little unorthodox about it. Get a little unorthodox about it. Okay? People might be like, what? What? An upright friend, if you have any upright friends, mama, they might get in your car and be like, why do you have these post-its all over your car? Oh, because I'm protecting myself and my business. That's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Get a little unorthodox with it. Get a little wild. Okay, get a little wild with it. All right. Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Um, and someone else had a question. Tabby, I think. What do you think of Diary of Nostradamus podcast proving biblical Adam and Eve concept false? They didn't take the apple. Well, first of all, confirmation burp. Can't even get it out before confirmation burp. First of all, it wasn't an apple, okay? This was a rare, one of a kind tree that they were told not to take part in, okay? So it wasn't an apple. It was a fruit that's not even found here on the planet anymore, okay? That was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, okay? And do you want to know why they were told not to touch that tree, okay, and not to eat of the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil? Because then, just as it happened, their eyes would be opened. Their eyes would be opened, okay, into seeing the 3D. Before that, those beings, okay, that we call Adam and Eve today, they did not see as you and I see with these eyes today. Okay, they did not see as you and I see today. They did not. Okay, so that's why when their eyes were open, okay, they had to put fig leaves together, okay, to hide their privates, to hide their sacrals. You know what I mean? That's why they had, and to hide their roots, you know, and they had to go around dressed like Caesar, you know, with figs on the wand and figs on the cooch. You know what I'm saying? Because their eyes were opened and they saw in the 3D what was never meant for them to see. So that tree of knowledge and good and evil, knowledge is man, wisdom is divine. Knowledge is wisdom, or knowledge is man, wisdom is divine. Knowledge comes from a book, okay? Wisdom is a spiritual download, okay? Dream, what have you, okay? So it wasn't an apple. It was some tree that is not found anywhere on this planet today and hasn't been since, okay? Since they were kicked out, exiled from the Garden of Eden. All right. So, yeah. All right. Um, yeah. Okay. To Eris Stone, newest public subscriber notification. Eris Stone, welcome in, Eris, and thank you so much for tuning in. Stone, shout out to Angie Stone. Angie Stone, in the last live, we were talking about Stone Mountain, Georgia. There's another Stone, all right? And I met someone in Stone Mountain, Georgia when I lived in Georgia for 6 months, okay? And now we have Eris Stone. Shout out to the spirit of Angie Stone. She passed or ascended, whichever it was for her, last year in a car accident. She was the only one who passed away in that car accident out of 7 beings. Angie Stone was the only one who passed away in that car accident, okay, last year. Angela Stone, okay? Hello, thank you so much for tuning in, okay? Grand Rising, all right? And Antoinette Bradley, okay? Any of those names could resonate for you. You could be an heiress, okay? Or heir, okay? You are, okay, with Yeshua, okay? Joint heir, all right? So, yeah, let's go ahead and see what confirmations Divine has out for you. Investigators, thank you so much for tuning in. Celebrities, thank you so much. Judges, thank you so much for tuning in. And investigators, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for all that you all do here. Those of you who are upright with your frequencies, those of you that are really truly bringing, okay, truth here into the 3D, okay? Okay, bye Pookie Boss, okay? Bye Pookie Boss, okay? All right, Pookie Boss. Okay, it's time for you to go. Okay, it's time for you to go, Pookie Boss. Okay, time for you to go. Thank you for exposing yourself, Pookie Boss. Okay, thank you for exposing yourself. Okay. Hello, Christine. Thank you so much for tuning in. All of the regulars, thank you so much for tuning in. Okay. All right. So, where shall we start, Divine? Where shall we start? Where shall we start? Uh, let's do an activation. Okay, let's activate, stimulate the crown and the third eye. Let's do that. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Two fingers of the right hand, or whichever hand you want to use for the crown. Place firmly. Two hands, two fingers, two hands. Okay, you could have multiple hands spiritually, more than two. Okay, you could have 6 arms spiritually. To the third eye, press firmly. We will hold for 30 seconds. Okay. And release. Okay. The enemy. And release. All right. So, Divine Source, what would you like to confirm at this time? What would you like to confirm? If you do have spiritual questions, we've had a couple already. If you have spiritual questions, feel free to ask those. Hello, Rasta Wolf. Have you ever read the ancient book of Melchizedek? I have not read the ancient book of Melchizedek. I have read some about Melchizedek. Okay, I have read about them. Okay, their tribe. Okay, the tribe of Melchizedek. Okay, I have read a bit about Melchizedek, but it was not the ancient book of Melchizedek. It was not. Okay, but that is that spirit being and that tribe. Yeah, very significant. Very significant. Okay. Also, Divine keeps bringing up the Mayan people. The Mayan people. Okay. The Mayan people. Divine keeps bringing that up. All right. Page of Wands out here in the upright. 7 of Cups in the reverse. Okay. In the reverse. Okay. So if you have an employment opportunity, okay, you could be narrowing down your options. Okay. If this is love, okay, you could be narrowing down the options. I flip this card over and it's the 10 of Pentacles in the upright. Flip the next one over and it is the 4 of Pentacles, okay, in the upright. Okay. So properly managing your money, doing well with your money. Okay. Again, I have a little bit of advice financially speaking as far as money management is concerned. Okay. Um, and that comes from being in the tax and accounting field, tax accountant, bookkeeper, accounting manager for 13 years. Okay. And so, yeah. Okay. If you have those types of questions, okay, I may have an answer for you. I may not. My license with the IRS is not active, so no, I cannot file your taxes this year. Okay. And I would not do that without an active license with the IRS. All right. That is illegal. Okay. Or at least to be compensated for it is illegal. Okay. So if you have someone who prepares your taxes, okay, and you pay them, okay, you need to ask them, okay, and make sure that your 1040 has their license number on it. That is a P10 number, okay? That is a P10 number, okay? Preparer's Tax Identification Number, P10, PTIN is the acronym, okay? So when you get your DD 214 or your, that's military records. When you get your 1040, make sure that it has their license number on that document, okay? The IRS started that in 2010 or 11, okay? 10 or 11, they made it mandatory. Anyone getting compensated to file tax returns, personal or business, they must have a registered preparer's tax identification number or license number with the IRS if they are being compensated. Okay? So there's the first piece of financial advice, I guess. All right. So what else we got? We got the devil in reverse. There we go. The devil in reverse. Okay. So someone could be running out with this 7 of cups out here and it landing, the devil landing on top of it. Someone could be running out of options as far, okay, so let me see. The black magic isn't working anymore. Let me see. The sacral attacks aren't working anymore. The crown blockages aren't working anymore. Let me see. The root chakra, the moon magic isn't. Somebody could be running out of demonic options, okay? Satanic options to attack you. They could be running out of those options, okay? Running out of those options, all right? We have too many cats. So someone could be could foster cats, okay? Someone could foster cats. Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, someone could foster cats. Okay, or this speaks about a coven of women. Okay, a coven of women out here. Okay, coven of women. They don't have to be Eastern Stars. Okay, they don't have to be Eastern Stars. King of Cups energy out here. Okay, confirmation on the King of Cups. We'll see where that goes in the stack. King of Cups. Okay. I feel like there was something else. Okay, the Hierophant is showing. I feel like there was something else, Divine. Is there anything? Oh, yeah, no, I think I mentioned it. Getting rid of things, okay, that past energies gave you, getting rid of those things, okay? All right. Anything else from this stack? We have the 8 of Cups out here in the upright, okay? Good job walking away. Good job leaving what no longer serves you. Good job throwing everything they gave you away. Good job starving the demon, karmic energy. Good job, okay? Good job, okay? Sometimes you have to be your own cheerleader because sometimes you are your only earthly cheerleader. Sometimes you just have to cheer for yourself. You know what I mean? And just sit there and be like, yeah, yeah, sometimes, okay? Sometimes, okay? Especially in hermit mode, okay? Sometimes, okay? Cheer yourself on. Cheer yourself on. Be your greatest encourager, okay? My greatest inspiration. Be your greatest inspiration. Be your greatest inspiration, okay? Be your greatest inspiration. Where did I get these? Amazon. Yes, Amazon. And I've long since gotten rid of the box. In my travels and all of that, the boxes, they get messed up and that sort of thing. So I've long since gotten rid of the boxes. This is the first and only tarot deck, these cards out here, and the tarot messages like this one. I'm going to flip this over and see what this says, okay? It's a tarot message. We're going to see what that says. I don't know. You see it before I do, okay? Yeah, Teddy P, okay? He keeps coming out here. Teddy P keeps coming out here in the last 2 or 3 lives. Teddy P, Theodore, Pendergrass, Theodore, okay? We got the lovers. The number 6. We got the lovers. The connection I have with you is so deep and profound on all possible levels, sexual, spiritual, emotional, and intellectual. We got the lovers card out here, okay? So even these cards, okay, I got off of Amazon, okay? Tarot messages. If you go on Amazon and search for tarot messages, okay? Yeah, all right? So We're going to put that one out here, see what that reveals, see what that reveals, okay? From time to time, I do get into a lyrical kind of mood, kind of energy, okay? And I start singing, whatever, rapping, whatever you want to call it, rhyming, whatever, okay? From time to time, I get in that mood and that energy, and I just let it flow, okay? Just let it flow, all right? We got the Knight of Pentacles out here. That's good, that's good, that's good. So we got some good energy out here, okay? Temperance, 10 of Pentacles upright, 4 of Pentacles in the upright, okay? So whatever you have, for those of you that resonates with, divine sources, you're saying you are doing a good job at managing it, 909. I just looked, it just clicked 10. So we just went in the years, energetically, we just went from the 9, the year of the snake, into the 10, the year of the horse. We just went from 2025, the 9, confirmation, into the 10, 2026. 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. 2 plus 2 plus 6 is 10. I just saw the clock go from 9:09 to 9:10. Okay, so there we go. All right. Let me scroll back up here. I feel like I overlooked something. Give me a moment, okay? I was looking at something Follow Your Heart said. I mean, oh, okay, okay. Follow your heart. I don't know if I would send the people, okay, the demonic energy in your, I don't know if I would send them scripture, okay? They tend to be religious asses as it is, okay? I wouldn't send them scriptures. Again, that's still you connecting to the energy. I wouldn't be trying to save no damn body. You hear me? Okay? I wouldn't be trying to save no damn body. Contrary to what the Bible tells you, okay? Yeshua didn't come here to try to save anyone. He came here to be a demonstration and to show you how to save yourself. Okay? As we are learning in the Aquarian Gospel of Yeshua. In the Aquarian Gospel of Yeshua the Christ, they are 24 at this present time in the chapter that we are reading. Okay? They are 24. Nowhere in the religious book does it mention Yeshua being 24. Okay? It stops at 12 and picks up at 30. I wonder why. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't send anybody scriptures who you think is trying to come against you or is dark or low vibrational, because most of them are religious anyway. They know more of the Bible than you and I do. Okay? They could run circles around me about scripture. Okay? Stephen Parker at the Rock of Central Florida, he knows the Bible frontwards and backwards. He's read it front to back many times. Okay? But he's low vibrational as hell, okay? Doesn't believe in numerology, doesn't believe that's how divine designed the universe. He doesn't believe in angels, you know? He doesn't. And he was there for my healing, and throughout all of 4.5 years of my dialysis treatments, I was a part of the Central Florida and still there on 7/7/17 when I received that kidney transplant and alchemized that demonic energy, that witchcraft, into a 7/7/17 kidney transplant. And he still doesn't believe. He still doesn't believe. So, yeah. And he knows far more scripture than I do, if you will. Okay? He doesn't know more truth than I do, but he knows far more scripture than I do. He knows a lot more between Genesis and Revelation. Yeah. Yeah. So, follow your heart. I don't know about that. Okay? Again, your job is not to save anyone. Your job is to save yourself. Okay? This is why Yeshua didn't run around trying to save people. If they wanted to seek him out, he said, you come find me. You come find where I am. Okay? I'm not running after you. I'm not chasing after you. Okay? Hey, I got this scripture for you. No, never, never, never. You find wherever the truth is, and you go where the truth is. You go where the high vibrational energy is. You go where the high vibrational frequency is. Okay? Don't go chasing somebody with a Bible. Okay? That will not work, I assure you. Okay? and in large part because most of it, okay, is written, okay, in half-truths, which is a whole lie, okay? Half-truths, which is a whole lie. So, yeah, all right? Let's see what we got going on here, all right? Let's see what we got going on here. Again, we got pothole out here. We got 5 of wands in reverse. We got the Lover's card, the number 6, okay? So June, okay? We got too many cats. Knight of or King of Cups. Again, I need to pay attention to where that card is in the slot when it comes out. Knight of Pentacles. So you're doing good to manage your money with the 4 of Pentacles, doing good with the resources that you have. Mama asked about her business. Mama being faithful over her business, okay? So Mama, the money that you receive in, okay? I spoke about a couple of individuals who were led, okay? Again, I never asked, was led to sow into me financially, okay? And so they sent me email or inquired as how to do that, okay? I am as fertile as you can get, okay? Talking about, speaking of cats, right? I am as fertile as you can get, okay? As far as spiritual energy is concerned, okay? And I still continue to do my daily work every day. Meditate, spend time with divine source, okay? The other day, I took an extended walk out in the city here in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh City. I took an extended walk and just enjoyed the energy, all the honking of the horns and the 18 million scooter bikes, 18 million motorbikes here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Traffic would scare a New Yorker here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Traffic here would scare an LA resident here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. It would scare them, all right? It's insane, right? I remember when I was in Da Nang and I rented my first motorbike, right? Some months ago, I rented my first motorbike and I was going 10, 15 miles slower than everybody else because I was like, and I was riding on the side of the road, you know, because that's what most of them do anyway. They have motorbike lanes, okay? That's how many motorbikes are in Vietnam. But in Ho Chi Minh City alone, there are 18 million motorbikes, okay? And so, yeah, right? It's crazy. One day I'll have to do a video. I have to show a video and then I'll have to post it. Yeah, I'll have to show you guys how crazy it is. It is, yeah, it is wild. It is wild, okay? You literally have to be like, you know, I mean, you have to be, because it is, you have to pay attention. I mean, because otherwise you will, yeah. And interestingly, okay, I've only witnessed, I say only, this to me, it's still a lot. In the time that I've been here, I think I first arrived in Vietnam, I want to say in October of last year, okay? And I think I've experienced 3 accidents. I've seen 3 accidents, okay? One of them I seen actually happen, okay? Motorbike was crossing this way, the light was red, okay? And a car came up, because if the motorbike is over here, they will come all the way over to get over here in the front to make a left-hand turn, okay? They drive between the cars. I mean, it's madness. It's madness, okay? But not me. I'm just sitting back here like, like, y'all go ahead. Y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all used to this chaos. Y'all go ahead, right? Oh, absolutely. Okay. I've had 5 motorcycles, never had an accident. In the United States, I've had 5 motorcycles, never had an accident. Okay. So I am 5 times more cautious on a motorcycle than I am in a car. 5 times more. I always wear my seat belt. Okay. I could go from here to the corner store. I'm putting on a helmet. I absolutely, no question about it. And the two people that got hit on the motorbike when it was crossing in front of this vehicle and it hit them, okay, were two females, okay? Two females, all right, who was on that motorbike, right? So it's crazy. And yeah, and I don't say that to scare anybody from coming here, but it's an experience, okay? It is an experience, okay? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Your neck gets a workout, boy. You looking all around. Yeah, absolutely. Okay? Absolutely. So, okay, you're being advised to get some rest at this time. Rest, and that is on the Four of Pentacles. So that makes sense. Okay? Okay? Being wise about your body like you are about your money. Wise about your body like you are about your money. Okay? So managing it well, managing it well. Okay. We have a Spanish Latin energy out here. Spanish Latin energy. Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. You need to be like in bubble wrap or something like that. Yeah. It really is something to experience. And again, now that I'm talking about that, I'll definitely record a video here in the next couple of days. I'll record a video and I'll post it to the channel. And yeah. Yeah, I look forward to the comments. I look forward to that. So we have Ghana, Guinea, could be New Guinea, could be something about guinea pigs, okay? Germany, okay? Ghana, Guinea, or guinea pigs, and Germany, okay? German, someone could be German, someone could be from New Guinea, okay? Someone could be from Guyana or Ghana, okay? Guyana, okay? Or gonorrhea, gonorrhea, okay? Gonorrhea, okay? When I got to Germany in the military, when I got to Germany, you get a briefing at every duty station you go to. Every new duty station in the military, you get a briefing, okay? And at least for the Army, you do, okay? And they tell you about the city, where you are, the country you're in, some cultural things, okay, that you may not be used to. And one of the things that they told us in our in processing when we got to Germany, they told us that the sexual disease, I'm going to look it up. I don't know if it's gonorrhea. It might be herpes. There is an STD that was first known case was in Germany. Let me look that up. What sexually transmitted disease started in Germany? Syphilis. 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 Known in the late 15th century as the Great Pox. But, syphilis, Germany, syphilis. Okay? And I remember hearing that briefing and I was like, oh no. I was like, what? And at that time I was still married and I thought that she was going to be joining me in Germany. And I was like, oh God, glad I ain't got, ooh, oh Lord. I was like, syphilis. Syphilis started in Germany, 15th century, known as the Great Pox. Okay? On the other side, of Ghana, Guinea, okay, again, or New Guinea, German, someone's German, okay? We have temperance out here, Sagittarian energy, so this German could be Sagittarius, okay? They could be from New Guinea. They could own guinea pigs, okay? They could be from Ghana, okay? Or they could have gonorrhea, or they could have syphilis, right? Ooh, look at this, okay? So there we go. Texas in the house. I know we got at least one in Texas, okay? I know we got at least one bright star, Texas star, okay? Texas star. I know we got at least one bright star here, Texas, okay? And PPP loans, okay? So PPP loans and temperance. So, okay, some German, okay, someone with the German mother, father, okay, someone filed false tax returns, okay, somewhere, investigators, okay. This could have been filed in Texas, okay, PPP loans, okay. Someone could have used your business, okay, business like mama has, okay. Someone could have used your business. Okay. We have another 1129 Sagittarian here. Okay. Rasta man. Okay. I said Rasta man. Rasta wolf. Rasta man. All right. Rasta, another 1129. I am 1129. Okay. Shout out to the 1129 energies. Shout out to us. Okay. Temperance energy. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, that was back to back. So let me flip this card over. Melanoma diagnosis, okay, on one side, okay, on the other side of this card, they were back to back, just like this card, right, back to back like that, okay. So melanoma cancer diagnosis here, okay, somebody. Let's get some. Let's roll let's roll dice, okay. Zodiac signs, okay. Let's roll zodiac signs for this melanoma diagnosis. And then we're looking at a corrupt doctor out here. Okay. Oh, let me check, Rasta. I might have overlooked it. I might not have seen it. Okay, I might have been looking away. Oh, nope. I think your question was somebody asked what's the population in Viet or in Ho Chi Minh City. That's a good question. I'm not sure. Yeah, your question did not come through, Rasta, and that does happen. Okay. I have gotten various comments. Okay, even after the information's posted, the videos are posted. Someone's like, I couldn't find your channel anymore. They kicked me off your channel. Okay, then I had to go find it again. I get those types of messages. Okay, so it didn't come through. All right. So let's go ahead and roll some dice on, just like the karmics did, roll dice, an opportunist. Melanoma diagnosis, divine source, Aravat, ascended masters, Issa, Buddha, okay? Yahara, let's go ahead and roll some dice. Saint Mary, okay? Count Saint Germain, let's go ahead and roll some dice. Can you all reveal the first melanoma diagnosis out here on this planet because of karmic activity? Okay. And we have an Aries. Okay. An Aries. Okay. We have an Aries. Yeah, it didn't come through, Rasta. Okay. There are people in this live who knows. They've tried to send me questions here and they didn't come through. Again, karmics never cease. All right. So Aries energy, Aquarius energy. So Aquarius, Aries, Aquarius, next or last. Melanoma diagnosis, Scorpio. Okay. Melanoma diagnosis. Those dice rolls, those zodiacs represent their sun signs. Okay. Their sun signs. Okay. So, all right. Let's keep it moving, okay? Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Okay. One thing that I am going to be doing in the month of March, okay, I'm going to be adding significant cards to the stacks, okay? Even though the name of the channel will be changing, I will be adding significantly more, okay, information to the stacks, okay? The doctor is touching the children. The pastor is touching the children. Investigators. What pastor is out here molesting children? Okay? This is why, I don't know if Follow Your Heart is still in the room, but Follow Your Heart, this is why, okay? Yeah. This is why, okay? We don't send them scriptures, because the pastor knows more scripture than you and I can bind. Okay? but they're touching the children. They know more scripture than you and I combined in the entire collective. How many people are in the room right now? Okay. We have 2020. Ooh, 2020. We got 2020. Perfect vision. 2020 in the room. 2020. Okay. I can tell you this. I've not experienced a lot of deja vu in Vietnam, where I know for a fact, without question, I know for a fact that I've been there before. And I mean, the deja vu was apparent immediate. As soon as I stepped out onto the balcony in this other country that I'm going to mention, immediately, as soon as I stepped out on the balcony, I was in that exact scene, in that exact moment at some other point in time. And I remember it was in Phuket, Thailand. Okay. It was in Thailand, in Phuket. Okay. The beach city. Okay. And as soon as I stepped out, as soon I saw the same currency exchange, because they have these little booths around where you can exchange currency, exchange US dollar, exchange Malaysian baht. You could exchange whatever you need to exchange, right? They have these little stands all over the place, just like they do fruit stands, food stands, all that sort of thing. This is a true example of what open market is, okay? What an open market is, okay? There are people who, everywhere. Stands and fruit stands, flowers, jewelry, Rolex watches. I'm not saying that those things are real. Okay, they could be knockoffs, but they get everywhere. It's not so organized and you have to have a brick and mortar like in the US. It is not like that. A true open market, sell you anything. I mean, there's everywhere. And again, that just further shows, I'll be sharing a video. All right. And so that for sure in Phuket, Thailand, for sure. Yeah. And I was there for 2 months. 2 months. Okay. Same hotel, 2 months. Okay. Not so much the smell, okay, but the picture, everything, the buildings, okay, everything that was there, and I just sat there, just kind of in like a wow moment for a while, okay. Every time I wake up in the morning, be sitting on the balcony having my coffee, okay, and I would just be like, okay, sitting on the balcony, smoking my 420, okay? And I would just be like, wow. I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. I know for a fact I was at that hotel, deja vu, somewhere at some point. I traveled esoterically there. At some point, I was there. Yeah. At another place in another point in time. No. Yeah. No question about it. Yeah. Right. So we have Pastor touching the children, and we have Chuck Norris, okay? Chuck, Charlie, and Norris, okay? So Norris could be the pastor. Chucky, Charles could be the pastor, okay? All right. Oh, a lot of corrupt energy out here. Okay? Oh, yeah, anytime, Rasta, okay? Yeah. And Phuket is great, okay? Phuket is great. I'm trying to think of what's my favorite. Overall, Da Nang is probably so far as beaches and all of that sort of thing. Da Nang is probably my favorite. I've been to Malaysia. I've been to Kuala Lumpur, okay? On 2 different occasions, I've been to Malaysia, okay? So I've been to Kuala Lumpur, or KL as it's called. And it's a good city. It's probably the most advanced city, technology, hotels, roads, all that sort of thing. It's a complete city, like a New York, like a Miami, like a LA, Atlanta, okay? Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia is, okay? This is not quite as, yeah, okay? And the infrastructure here is not quite as well, or not quite as nice as it is there, okay? So here, infrastructure deals with trash and pollution and all that sort of thing. So here, okay, there is no mass trash system. Okay, so unfortunately, right, there's trash on the streets in some places, and then some places are very clean. Okay, that's just how Vietnam is, because it doesn't have the infrastructure yet in place like a Malaysia does. But Kuala Lumpur is a very, very nice, up to date, extremely modern, again, just like America, major city. Major city. Okay? Yeah. I hope to go to China. I could go to China if I want to, but because of the finances that I receive, what I receive, okay, is from the VA, okay, and I need to do well. We got the Four of Pentacles out here. Oh, it's still in the stack, I think. I need to do well to manage my money, and so I pay attention to currency rates, okay, and that sort of thing. And also, how long can I stay there is significant, okay? So I would much rather not go to a place where I can only stay for 30 days and have to turn around, get another flight, go somewhere else, or fly out, get a visa renewed. I'd rather go someplace that I could stay for a couple of months without having to worry about renewing a visa or anything like that, okay? But yeah, China's definitely, yeah, definitely one of those. Corrupt police, okay? And Five of Wands. Okay? So there could be police and investigators out here fighting now. Okay? FBI out here fighting. Okay? One investigator is trying to reveal the truth. Okay? Trying to bring you the truth. Another investigator is like, nope, we don't want to do that because they're paid under the table, or they're a karmic undercover police officer, informant. Okay? On the low, okay, you know what I mean? So there's some type of karmic police activity out here, okay? Fighting in the precinct, fighting in the precinct, okay? Yeah, yeah, I definitely, no. Vietnam, for Southeast Asia, Vietnam and the Philippines have the lowest exchange rate for the US dollar. Okay, or best, if you want to put it like that, best exchange rate. So a dollar here in Vietnam, okay, so okay, so I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna look something up. Okay, look up an exchange rate for a specific amount. Okay, for a specific amount, and that's significant. Okay. Okay. So, okay, 44 US dollars, 44 US dollars is 1.1 million, okay, 1.5 million Vietnamese dong. Okay, $44 is 1.15 million Vietnamese dong. Okay, so that can go a long way. $44, okay, can go a long way. $20, okay, is 500,000 Vietnamese dong. Okay, and the way that the cost of things are here, okay, you could eat street food, okay, you could eat street food and spend $5 a day. You can eat street food and get full and spend $5 a day, okay, and be extremely happy and pleased with the food that you get, okay? What is that? Oh, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about, yeah, yeah. I'm not worried about that as far as China's concerned, okay? So, yeah, okay? And so to that individual, thank you for 1.1 million dong. You just gave me $1 million. You just gave me $1 million. Right? So, yeah. All right. So, yeah, I enjoy it. And again, I don't eat street food like that. Okay. I don't eat street food like that. I don't eat street food like that. But, yeah. Okay. Because I am a little more particular. I don't know. Right. But yeah. Okay. So Smith, okay, so Smith could be the corrupt police officer on one side of the Ten of Pentacles. Smith could be the corrupt police officer, okay? Smith, okay? And we have a fake spiritualist out here. How many of those do we have on YouTube, okay? We have a fake spiritualist out here, okay, on the other side, okay? So this individual propagating themselves, again, just like a minister, just like the minister that is the pedophile, just like the minister that is the pedophile, okay? Fake, okay? They're not really righteous, okay? They just make us nauseous. They're not really righteous. They just make us nauseous, okay? With their syphilis. They just make us nauseous with their syphilis. Ooh, and we're looking at pedophile right there. It's not on a card, is it? It is. Okay? It is. Pedophile. It is. And it's on the sinkhole. Along with fraud. Fraud. Okay? Oh, fraud. Okay? Pedophile, fraud. So a fake spiritualist could be out here stealing people's money, okay? Lying to them. Oh, yeah. Send me your money. Give me a super thanks. I'll do a reading for you. I could do a reading for you. Yeah, I could do a reading for you. Oh, yeah, no problem. Just send me such and such and such. You want a 30-minute reading? Yeah, send me $25. I'll do a reading for you. A fake spiritualist. Yeah, involved in fraud. That is fraud, okay? That is fraud, okay? Like the Pimp My Ride show. Yeah, absolutely. I posted on the Shadow Band channel, Esoteric Guidance, I posted a video that was called Pimps in the Pulpit or something like that. I posted a video probably, I don't know, a year ago called Pimps in the Pulpit. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Okay? Yep. Just pimping out the congregation. Okay? If you don't come back on Sunday, you going to hell. Just pimping out the members on Sunday. Just pimping them out. If you don't give me 10% of everything that you get, you going to hell. Just pimping them out. Okay? We have ZULEIKA and Zinger. Okay? ZULEIKA and Zinger. Okay? Okay? So ZULEIKA might need to have strength. Okay? Zinger could be someone's name. Zig Ziglar. Ooh. Zig Ziglar. Let's look up Zig Ziglar. Okay? Let's look up Zig Ziglar. Michael Baisden used to talk about, oh, really? Michael Baisden used to talk about that. Wow. I haven't listened to Michael Baisden in a long time. I haven't heard anything about him in a long time. Let's look up Zig Ziglar. Okay? American author, Zig Ziglar. Okay? Zig Ziglar. Rasta said they were born on 11/29 as I. Okay? Zig Ziglar passed on 11/28. Zig Ziglar. He's a Scorpio. Okay? That lifetime. Born in Alabama. Born in Alabama in Coffee County. Someone could be a coffee lover, fanatic kind of person. Drinks coffee, not just in the morning. Drink it for lunch. Drink it in the evening. Somebody could be a coffee fanatic, okay? Or coffee connoisseur, okay? Born 11/6/26, okay? Passed 11/29/2012 at the age of 86. Zig Ziglar, and sixes are significant for Zig Ziglar, whether he realized that or not. Born on 6, born in 26, okay? Passed at 86 and 28 is a 6, okay? 2 minus 8, 8 minus 2 is a 6, okay? In Plano, Texas, okay? Plano, Texas, all right? University of South Carolina Gamecocks. He went to the University of South Carolina. Wife, Jean Ziegler. Woo! Jean Ziegler, married from 1946 to 2012. 1946 to 2012. Zig Ziglar and Jean, okay? Married a long time, a long time. 46 to 2012 when he passed. Gene Ziegler. Okay, author, okay? Motivational speaker, okay? Zig Ziglar, okay? My friend ZULEIKA and my, oh, wow, confirmation on ZULEIKA. Confirmation on ZULEIKA. ZULEIKA. Confirmation on the Life Path 11, okay? Master Builder 11, confirmation on Life Path 11. Okay. All right. And okay. Oh, we have one more card. Okay. One more card on the strength card. Okay. So again, ZULEIKA might need to be strong. Some other name that starts with a Z might need to be strong. Okay. Some other name that starts with a Z. Okay. ZULEIKA could be against her children. Someone could be ZULEIKA's mother could be against her. Excuse me, confirmation. Okay. Oh, and someone's in Plano. Sean's in Plano. Confirmation on Plano, Texas. We got 2 confirmations in here for Texas. Okay. We have someone who I know is from Texas. Okay. They're in the Houston area. And then we have Sean. Okay. Your mother is anti-you, okay? You might need strength to walk away from your mother, okay? Zion, okay? Yeah, could be Zoe. Zoe could be significant, okay? So you could need strength to walk away from your mother, okay? That is karmic. Divine sources proven it time and time again. Showed you when you were a child, you had dreams like I did about the warlock. When you were a child, divine source was showing you when you were a child, okay? Through your dreams, through your visions. You didn't know what they were for. Someone's paled skin out here, okay? Paled skin this lifetime. Paled skin, okay? So they could have brown-skinned parents, okay? But they look like they are Caucasian, okay? Paled skin out here. Paled skin. Pale skin. Confirmation. And somebody else is near Plano. That is just plain old crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's just plain old crazy. Plain old wild. All right. So we have ivory, ebony and ivory. Okay. And that's confirmation for paled skin. Ebony and ivory. We have Connors. Okay. Ebony, ivory on the lovers. Okay. On the lovers, okay? So, current lover, past lover, future lover, okay? Current lover, past lover, future lover, confirmation, earbud, and vibration on the phone. And vibration on the phone, okay? Yep. Hey, what's up, Ebony? We have an Ebony in the room. We have an Ebony. Ebony, did you just come into the room? Or have you been sitting in the background? Okay. Have you been in the room, or did you just come into the room? Wow. That's divine timing. That's divine timing. Okay. We're talking about pale skin, ebony and ivory, and ebony shows up. When you're guided, you're guided. When you listen, confirmations and miracles happen. Okay? When you listen and follow that guidance, miracles happen. All right? We have a secret society murdered her. Okay? Secret society murdered her. Okay? Wonder who that is. Okay? Wonder who that is. Wonder who that is. Okay? Secret society could have murdered the pale skinned person, could have murdered Ivory O'Connor, Connor's investigators. Okay, we have a murder out here through a secret society. By now, tuning into this collective, that should be no surprise. Okay, somebody named Smith could have been murdered by a secret society member, Chuck and Norris out here. Okay, all right. This could have been a karmic pastor. Pastors do murder people, okay? Pastors do murder other beings, okay? Wow. Mm-mm-mm. No, I did not, Rasta, okay? Maybe you should email it to me, okay? Perhaps you should email it to me. Return to sender, return to sender, return to sender times 5,000 with vengeance and a sword. Maybe you should email it to me, Rasta, okay? And I'll check it while we're on the live and I could read your question, okay? Secret society out here, okay? On the 7 of Pentacles, secret society working hard, okay? Working hard, okay? She works hard for her money, okay? Secret society out here working hard to take what doesn't belong to them. A secret society out here working hard to cover up this murder. A secret society out here with the 7 of Pentacles, hard at work to cover up crimes. Investigators, collective, okay? All right. That name came out in the last live, okay? Sean, Donna, or Summer did, and I said Donna, Summer, and Diane, okay? Okay, so I said I was going to pay attention to what this Knight of Cups energy came out on, okay? And it came out on a warlock is behind this, and the names Mary, Marie, and Maria. Mary, Marie, and Maria. So it could be Maria Connors, Mary O'Connor, okay? Maria Connors, Mary Connors, Ivory Connors, Ivory O'Connor, okay? Yeah, okay? Or one of these names could be a warlock, okay? Or one of these names could be a warlock. As a child, were you isolated or it came with age and wisdom? It came with age and wisdom in one way, okay? But I was isolated as a child in this way, okay? So growing up until the age of 11, when I moved with the warlock, speaking of a warlock, speaking of a warlock, at the age of 11, okay, prior to that, I lived with Judy, okay, the woman, okay, who supposedly raised me, okay? And we lived in the projects, you know, government cheese, food stamps, okay, in the projects, okay? And she gave me a lot of responsibility as a child, okay? gave me a lot of responsibility as a child. And so I grew up very fast as far as responsibility, okay, and mentality is concerned, okay? Um, but the Warlock side of the family, Kevin's side of the family, they isolated me, okay? And even to an extent, Judy's family did. So we would walk to school, to and from school, and the way we walked to school, we had to pass by Kevin's grandparents' house or Kevin's parents' house. And all of his family was afraid of him because of the witchcraft that he did, okay? So Kevin's entire family, his siblings and his parents, they were all afraid of him, okay, which is crazy. But they were all afraid of him. So they would never approach him. They would never come against him in the 3D. None of them. They were all afraid of him, okay? So he told his siblings not to speak to me, okay? So we would have to walk to school in the snow, okay? I am the eldest, okay? Or at least I'm not their child, but you know what I mean. Yeah. As far as how they raised me, yeah, I was the eldest in the house. And so, somebody else was 11 years old, confirmation on 11, okay? And we would have to walk from their house, and we walked a mile to and from school. One way was a mile. One way was a mile to school in the snow in Illinois. They would never give us a ride. We walked right past their house every day. They would never, for 9 months, that's how long school is, 9 months, never give us a ride. Rain, sleet, snow, it didn't matter, okay? So, yeah. so, because they were afraid of him, okay? And so we were isolated. I went to school with an aunt who my grandmother or his mother had when she was 48. Okay, when she was 48, so she's like 8 months, 9 months older than I am, born in 74 as well. Okay, and so she was more like a cousin. She was a grade ahead of me. Okay, because my birthday was later in the year, and the way that Illinois worked, if your birthday was like after September, you had to wait like another year or something to start pre-K or kindergarten or something like that, however that rule was in Illinois at that time. Okay, so she was a grade ahead of me. Okay, she ignored us at school. She didn't talk to us. She didn't acknowledge us. She didn't treat us like family. So the isolation in that regard, it came early, but I tried to, I wanted to, be a part of and, be a part and socialize with them and all that sort of thing. But no, from an early age, it just wasn't happening. And then on Judy's side of the family, she has a sister who has since passed. Okay, she passed on 12/22. Okay, of 22. Okay, and she, okay, didn't like us. Okay, and she lived in the projects too, right around the corner from us in the projects. She lived in those projects for 40 years, but she didn't like us. Okay, she didn't like us at all. Okay, so again, the isolation was interesting. Okay. Oh, we got a rival year 74 in here. Okay, we got a lot of synchronicities out here for me and the collective. Okay, so warlock energy. Okay, warlock energy. Consciously, okay, I began to isolate in 2021. Okay, is when I began to consciously isolate. Okay, and that's when my eye began to open and I began to meditate in 2021. Okay. And it's kind of interesting that was already 5 years ago and all that's happened in that 5-year period of time. Okay. Very interesting. So what do we have? We have two on the same. We have feathered ancestors out here. Listen for them, please. Listen for them. Feathered ancestors. Listen for your feathered ancestors. Okay. So when Tweety starts tweeting, listen, could be something going on X, okay? When Tweety starts tweeting, pay attention. Yeah, they definitely knew, okay, who I was spiritually when I was born. Born on the 333rd day of the year during the last lunar moon of 1970 or lunar eclipse of 1974. They knew I was a healer. They knew, okay? Some of them could have been there when the umbilical cord was wrapped around the neck and the left arm, okay? When I popped out, okay, physically. Some of them could have been there and they witnessed that. Okay. They witnessed me, some of them did, of me healing myself of seizures at the age of 8 and not having had one since. You know, they knew. They knew. So yeah, the isolation was definitely on purpose. Okay. The isolation was definitely on purpose. For sure. Yeah. Okay. Feathered ancestors, okay, talking to you, okay. We got cats out here, okay, too many cats and are walking away. So someone could be walking away, leaving a coven, okay. Again, this could be on their own free will or someone's getting kicked out. This could be a corrupt police officer. This could be a minister. We have a pedophilic, however you want to say that, minister out here, okay. Somebody, okay. Feathered ancestors. One more card over here, okay? And we have Dwayne, all right? It's a different world than where you come from. Yes, it is now. Okay? Dwayne, character on a different world, okay? A different world. And the last reading, we had Jasmine Guy come out here, okay? Jasmine, those could be separate beings for you, a Jasmine and a Guy. But as far as celebrities are concerned, Jasmine Guy, okay, played Whitley Gilbert. Whitley Gilbert on a different world. And the character Dwayne was her main squeeze. Whitley Gilbert, okay, and Dwayne. All right. That's awesome. Your grandson shows up as a butterfly. That's awesome. On the Seven of Cups, okay? On the Seven of Cups, okay? We have, again, Chalmers and Chambers. I think this is starting to come out here, investigators, okay? More often, this name right here, okay? So that means it's more frequently in the energy. Someone, okay, who is now tuned into this channel on a regular basis. That's why this energy comes out here, okay? That's why this energy starts to show up. Someone in the collective or an investigation that has been started involving a Chalmers or a Chambers, okay? So when you show up collective in here, okay, information starts coming out. This is why you can go back, I don't know, 5 months ago on this channel and you see the psychic investigations reading were 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 20 minutes. And then as the channel has grown, more subscribers, the readings have gotten long. Why? Because there's more energy, okay? More tarot comes out, okay? So there are more cards to place in the stacks, okay? That's your energy collective. That's you, okay? Oh, yeah, okay. One of the things you talk about talking different, Rasta, one of the things that Carol's children, okay, Judy's sister, one of the things that her children would tease me about was the way that I talked, okay? So when I was born, whenever I started speaking, even in the projects, in the hood, in the ghetto, drive-bys, okay, and all that sort of thing, even then, I talk the way that I do today, okay? Minus the strength in the throat chakra. But I talked with clarity, okay? Proper speech. When I was 7 years old, I talked like this. 9 years old, I talked like this. And they would tease me. They would. They would tease me because of the way that I talked, okay? Yeah, and they would say, why do you talk so white? I don't know. How does a purple person talk? I don't know. Should I talk like a green person? What do you mean? How does a white person talk? I don't understand. Ignorance. Okay, ignorance. All right. But they would tease me, even as a child, about the way that I talked. Okay. But they were never class president. Okay. None of them were ever class president. Okay. Even in grade school, they weren't class president. Okay. They weren't. All right. But yeah, they would make fun of the way that I talk. All right. We have Grant, Gina, and Giovanni. Grant, Gina, and Giovanni. Okay. Likewise, 4664. Likewise, good to have you in the energy. A couple of days and so much has already resonated. Wow, wow, wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Okay. I love it. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Area. Okay. For all that you bring as always. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy that meeting. Okay. I hope it's beneficial and prosperous for you. All right. Grant, Gina, Giovanni. Grant, Gina, Giovanni. Okay. Could be Gina Grant. Okay. Someone could have first name, last name, same initial on the 7 of Cups. I'm looking at Corey. Corey, Corey, or coriander is significant. The C, coriander, coriander, Corey. Okay, Corey, coriander. Last card is on the devil. The devil. And this says your son or daughter does witchcraft against you and a healer. Check it out. So anybody, it doesn't have to be a son or a daughter. Everyone out here doesn't have sons or daughters in this lifetime yet. Okay. A son or daughter. Wow, Ebony. All right. So healer energy out here. Okay. And a son or daughter does witchcraft against you. Okay. If you do not have a son or daughter, that part doesn't resonate for you. Okay. This could be someone else's son or daughter. Okay. Could be someone else's son or daughter. Okay. Someone needs to move away silently. Someone's name is Sherry. Okay. Sherry or Cherie. Sherry or Cherie. Looking at Tina again. Okay. That name has come out here, I think, recently. Okay. Sherry, Cherie. Someone needs to move away silently. Okay. Any questions? Let me take some questions. Let me take some questions. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. Any questions? This was an interesting reading here. We got a corrupt doctor out here. We got a corrupt police officer. We got a pastor that's a pedophile. Okay. Investigators. That could be a priest. That could be a nun. Okay. That could be a nun. Okay. I remember how rich kids were envious of me. Yeah, exactly, Rasta. Okay. I do that. I do that are separated from us at the moment. You mean the children that do witchcraft? Your son or daughter that does witchcraft? Ebony, is that what you're speaking to? Any questions for your journey? Okay. Any questions for your journey? We're going to get ready to sum up this psychic investigation reading. It is extremely peaceful, like very like silent energy at this time. Like very still. Yeah, I just got a crown bump. Yeah. Yeah, very, very still kind of energy. Interesting. Interesting. Clyde, New Orleans, dinner invite. Okay. Clyde, New Orleans, dinner invite. Okay. Exercise more, evil intent, terminal illness. Renee, Melinda. Ooh, double confirmation. Mommy, daddy, I do spell work against you, your son, daughter. Double confirmation. The other card says your son or daughter does witchcraft against you. I'm just going through the cards, just turning over cards. Mommy, daddy, I do spell work, witchcraft against you, your karmic son or daughter. Double confirmation there. Okay. All right. So, thank you so much as always for tuning in. This is the Real Psychic Investigators. I do remind you that the new name of the channel, okay, is going to be Esoteric Wisdom and Spiritual Truths. Esoteric Wisdom and Spiritual Truths. Tapping more into my Master Builder 33 energy, my Master Builder 33 energy as a master teacher here for the 10th and final time. Remind you of the spiritual downloads, okay, that I received today, okay? Starving the demon, okay, is how you get rid of them. So get rid of everything that he gave you, she gave you. Get rid of everything that they gave you. Pictures, get rid of them. Shoes, get rid of them. Clothes, lingerie, socks, whatever. Get rid of them. Statues, pictures, hanging on the wall, get rid of them. If you have to go with bare walls until, so be it. Until you get some more pictures to hang in your house, get rid of any and everything a karmic energy gave you. It could be something your mother or father gave you. Get rid of it. Okay? Get rid of it. Okay? All right? Oh, yeah, Rasta. It was a pleasure. Okay? A pleasure. Okay? Thank you so much for bringing your high vibrational energy. All right? And shout out to all the Sagittarian sun signs out there. All right? Resist the devil and he will flee. They will flee. She will flee. It will flee. So starve the dark energy. Starve it. Okay? The reason why love is the way to which someone attaches themselves to you is because the heart chakra is the gateway to the soul. And if they can get you to fall in love with them and create all of these illusions around you about love, okay, the illusions of grandeur about love, okay, and you being by their side forever, okay, and they can't live without you, okay, all of that energy, it's so that they can steal your soul. And that is done through the heart chakra. Okay? So, yeah. All right? And again, to our two newest subscribers that I have notifications for, Eris Stone, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in and subscribing. And Antoinette Bradley. Antoinette and Brad or Bradley, okay? Oh, yeah. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, okay? It's a pleasure, as always, to connect with you all. I look forward to each and every time that I come on here, okay? Surprisingly, we didn't have a lot of roaches. Maybe that's part of the peace energy at this time. We did not have a lot of roaches in this live. That is rare. It is 2212, okay? It is 2212. Thank you so much, Christine. You are, okay, the sun. You are the SUN, okay? Thank you so much for bringing it here every time you show up. Thank you so much, okay? Getting a song, Stevie Wonder, okay? You are the sunshine of my life, okay? That's why I'll always be around. Yeah, yeah, You are the apple of my eye. Is that Stevie Wonder? Maybe that's not Stevie Wonder. Okay? All right. So summing it up, your son or daughter, witchcraft against you. Okay? Oh, okay, it is. Okay. Healer. Okay. Alchemizer. Master alchemizer. Master alchemizer. Okay. They tried to give you something, poison you with something. You healed from it. Okay. You alchemized it. Okay. Whatever it was and kept on moving. Okay. Tina. Oh, really? Shining. Okay. Tina. Christina. Tina. Okay. Corey or coriander is significant. Coriander. Grant. Gina. Giovanni. Okay. Giovanni. Chalmers. Chambers. Dwayne. Dwayne and Whitley. Gilbert. Dwayne. The name Dwayne. The name Whitley. The name Gilbert. Or it's about to become a different world for you. Okay? It's about to become a different world for you. Feathered ancestors want to communicate. Feathered ancestors want to communicate. So listen to it. Okay? A warlock is behind something out here, investigators. Okay? We have Maria, Marie, and Mary. Okay? Maria, Marie, and Mary. Okay? We have Spanish speaker or Latina out here. That was one of the early cards. So it could be Maria, 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 Maria. Okay? You remind me of a West Side Story. Okay? Growing up in Spanish Harlem. You're living your life just like a movie. Name Santana, Santana, Maria, Maria, Maria. Okay? Secret society murdered someone. Ivory, O'Connor, Connors, Ivory. Pale skinned, pale skinned. This could be because somebody's scared, okay? They could be scared, going to jail, okay? They could be scared. Their skin color doesn't have to be pale, okay? Or super light, okay? Like, Lady Gaga, okay? A Lady Gaga skin tone. Lady Gaga, okay? They could just be scared to the point to where they're pale. Ooh, we got a zzz, zzz, okay? Karmic sister, okay? Karmic sister's ex-husband or ex-military, husband's ex-military. Oh, really? Very good to know, Shining. He was very kind and giving, caring, okay? That sounds a lot like me. That sounds a lot like me, all right? Your mother is anti-you, okay? Zuleika Zinger. We looked up Zig Ziglar. We looked up Zig Ziglar, born 11/6/26, okay? Passed 11/28 in 2012. Married to the same being from 1946 to 2012 when they passed. Zig Ziglar. Their wife's name is Jean. The name Jean, everybody. Zuleika. Somebody confirmed Zuleika earlier when this first came out. Zingers, okay? Food, okay? Zingers is Zingers is also like a hostess cake, right? Like a Twinkie. Like a Zinger is a Twinkie, okay? So somebody could have that type of unhealthy eating habit. I haven't had a Twinkie since I was, man, 8 or 9 years old, probably. A Twinkie. We got a pedophile out here, okay? 1940. Oh, your mother's birth year. Interesting. Interesting. One of the things I looked up a long time ago, I looked up like your ideal soulmate or like your perfect soulmate. I use like some, I don't know, some web page or app or something, okay? Interestingly enough, I put in my birth date this lifetime, And it said your ideal soulmate was born in 1947. It said your ideal soulmate was born in and I did it a couple of times, 1947. My ideal soulmate, that's an age difference. 47 to 74, that's an age difference, right? Fraud. Okay? So someone's involved in fraud. It could be the pedophile. It could be someone else. A fake spiritualist out here who's taking someone's money. A fake spiritualist that's taking someone's money, but they're not really doing truthful, energetic readings. Okay? They're just taking money. Okay? They're just taking money. They're just a catfish. Okay? That's all. A minister that's a pedophile, investigators, they need to be arrested like last week. Okay? They should have been arrested like last decade. You know, a pastor that touches their children, okay, inappropriately or touches the children, they need to have been arrested like decades ago. Okay? Oh, your mother was born in 47. The name Smith, okay, Smith, okay. I resonate with a Linda that was born in 1947. That Linda ascended in 2009. That Linda ascended in 2009. Okay? Corrupt police officer. Okay? Linda could be part of the spirit being that's coming towards me. That does happen. Okay? That does happen. Okay? Chuck Norris. Chuck Charles, okay? Someone could be into martial arts, Chuck and Norris, martial arts, Charles, Norris. The prefix Nor means light, northern lights, North Pole means light, Nor. Okay, so Norris, Norma, Nora, Norton, Nor means light. A melanoma diagnosis out here. We rolled the dice on the melanoma diagnosis. We got an Aries, we got an Aquarius, and we got a Scorpio for the melanoma diagnosis. Thank you, Divine Source. We got a corrupt doctor. Oh, wow. Jay Smith, okay. Houston mob boss, corrupt doctor, okay. Ghana, Guyana, or guinea pigs, Germany, okay? Someone's German out here. Sprechen Sie Deutsch, okay? Sprechen Sie Deutsch, okay? 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? Those are numbers in German, okay? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are numbers in German, okay? Spanish, Latin, okay? ZULEIKA is a Spanish name. Maria could be Spanish, okay? Or Latin. And lastly, we have GetRest. GetRest, okay? So thank you so much, as always, collective, for the energy that you bring in to this collective, okay? Each and every time. I appreciate you. I send great love to you on your journey, whatever your day involves. I have an esoteric conversation coming up. It is 2222 here in Ho Chi Minh City. It is 2222. Yeah, Belize came out yesterday. It sure did. It sure did. Justice League. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Jay Prince has, wow, and he has an island. Okay. And we got Texas out here. Okay. And we had Texas come out here with taxes, Texas and taxes. We had that come out here. Investigators, you might need to go find Jay Smith. Okay. Jay Smith, not Mike. If they're a mob boss, you need to go find them, not Mike. Okay. Jay Smith. Okay. 2222. Okay. I have a esoteric conversation coming up here at the hour of 11 o'clock. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. My name is Nehru. I am a Gaia Beacon, esoteric guide, Egyptian shamanic bloodline, here for the 10th and final time
Thank you so much, everyone. Like Rasta, I was born on the 333rd day of the year, okay, in 1974. All right. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in, and be encouraged.